Okay, so I'm going to talk about the libraries. There are quite a few libraries out there. Some of the most common are, at least used at the smaller scale, are Unsloth and Transformers. There are also libraries like Axolotl, TorchTune. Um, those are two other examples. Maybe I'll go through those at some point. But the one that I've been using most often on this channel is either Transformers or Unsloth. Unsloth is effectively a wrapper. I mean, I don't mean that in a negative way. It's brought a lot of improvements to the Transformers library in terms of speed and just ease of use. So I want to just recap those here. I'm going to show you notebooks that do Unsloth only and then Transformers only, but it's worth appreciating the differences. So Unsloth generally is 2 times faster than Transformers. And that's because of a variety of tricks. It's not just one thing. It's like the accumulation of about 5 or 6 tricks that result in faster fine tuning. Also, Unsloth provides a unified function for loading multimodal models. So if you have a model like Gemma 3, which is multimodal in sizes larger than 4B, you need to change the function that you use to import that model if you're going to use Transformers, whereas with Unsloth, it's just unified how you load that model. So that makes it a lot easier to have one script that supports a lot of different models. Unsloth for now is single GPU only. So if you have a very large model, you might need to use Transformers instead, which does support multi-GPU. By default, Transformers will use model parallel, so it will chunk up the model by layers, which means your GPUs are not all active when you're fine-tuning, because you will use one GPU to process these layers, then the next GPU, then the next. That might sound inefficient, and it is, but it's quite simple and robust, so I wouldn't rule that out. If you need to tune a larger model, just use that simple approach. Now, you can take improved approaches called fully sharded, using a fully sharded data parallel approach. That's where you split the model across GPUs, but you split the matrices essentially so that all GPUs are being used more or less at once. And you can find a video on fully sharded data parallel on this channel if you just look up FSDP. Something else about Unsloth, because it's a wrapper, sometimes there are issues where Transformers will move ahead and maybe Unsloth does not quite support that. Also, if you're trying to use AI to help you code, there will tend to be more documentation on the advanced features in Transformers, and because everything is being wrapped by Unsloth, it's sometimes harder to access the features by working through Unsloth. So basically what I'm saying is if you're trying to use some more obscure functionality in Transformers, it may be easier to use Transformers than to try and use Unsloth and have to figure out how Unsloth has wrapped that.